You've probably heard people say, the first $10,000 invested changes everything. And honestly, for most people that sounds completely ridiculous. Because when you actually run the numbers, $10,000 doesn't seem life-changing at all. At a normal 4% annual yield, it produces what? Around $400 a year. That's roughly $33 a month. Not exactly financial freedom. So naturally, people start thinking, is the whole $10,000 milestone just another investing myth? And this is where almost everyone misunderstands what actually changes after your first $10,000 invested. Because the real magic is not the income, it's the momentum. The first $10,000 is usually the moment where your money finally becomes large enough to start participating alongside you instead of depending entirely on your paycheck. That's the shift. Because before that point, almost all portfolio growth still comes from your contributions, your labor, your discipline, your consistency. But after a certain level, the portfolio itself starts helping you build the next level faster. And in this video, we're going to test that properly using realistic American investing numbers. No fake millionaire math, no unrealistic returns, no get-rich-quick nonsense. We're going to break down how long it realistically takes to reach the first $10,000, why the next $10,000 usually comes faster, and the strange moment where investing finally starts feeling real psychologically. Because once your money starts working beside you instead of sitting there passively, everything changes. If you enjoy realistic breakdowns about money, investing, and long-term financial freedom, take a second to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone trying to build their future from scratch, and stay until the end. Because the final part completely changes how most people think about the first $10,000 invested. One of the biggest reasons people underestimate investing is because they calculate it completely wrong. They think building wealth is just monthly contribution times time. So if someone invests $500 per month, many people assume, well, to reach $1 million, you'd need 2,000 months. Which sounds absurd. That's more than 160 years. And technically, if you were stuffing cash into a shoebox and never investing it, that math would actually be true. But investing is not storage, it's multiplication. That's the entire difference. When you invest into diversified assets like index funds, dividend ETFs, retirement accounts like a Roth IRA or 401k, your money starts producing returns on top of returns. And over long periods, that changes everything. Historically, the S&P 500 has averaged roughly 8% to 10% annually over long periods when dividends are reinvested. Of course, markets fluctuate. Some years are terrible, some are incredible. But over decades, compounding starts creating something most people never experience because they quit too early: acceleration. And this is where the misunderstanding begins. People think compounding is supposed to feel dramatic immediately. It doesn't. At first, the numbers feel almost disappointing. That's why beginners often open their brokerage account after months of investing and think, that's it? But the early stage was never designed to impress you emotionally. The early stage is where the engine gets built, and once enough capital exists, the returns stop feeling theoretical. That's when investing starts becoming psychologically addictive, because for the first time, your money begins producing visible effort beside you. Now let's test this with real numbers. Imagine someone starts from zero and invests $300 per month into a diversified long-term portfolio. Simple index funds, dividend ETFs, retirement investing. Nothing fancy. Let's assume a realistic long-term average return of around 8% annually. After the first year, that person contributed $3,600 out of pocket, and the portfolio might end around $3,750 to $3,900. At first glance, that feels almost disappointing. The market generated maybe $150, $200, somewhere in that range. Most people look at that and think, that barely changed anything. But this is where the math becomes psychological. If you work roughly 160 hours per month, and you invest $300 monthly, then each hour of work that actually goes toward investing equals about $1.87. Not your real hourly wage, but the portion of your working life that successfully becomes invested capital. So if your portfolio generated around $200 in growth during that first year, that equals more than 100 investment hours your money produced for you. Without overtime, without another shift, without DoorDash deliveries, without sacrificing another weekend. Now the number doesn't look so small, because the portfolio didn't just produce dollars, it produced time. It quietly created effort that did not have to come from your body, your schedule, or your paycheck. And that's the first real psychological shift. Investing stops being just money sitting in an account. It becomes a second worker, small at first, almost invisible, but already working beside you. And once you understand that, the first $10,000 starts to look very different. Now let's push the timeline forward. Same investor, same $300 per month, same realistic long-term return. After around 2.5 years, the portfolio approaches roughly $9,000. Then somewhere around month 30 or 31, the account finally crosses $10,000 invested. And this is where something starts changing psychologically. Not because $10,000 suddenly makes you financially free. It doesn't. You're not retiring on $10,000. You're not replacing your salary. You're not escaping work yet. But look closely at what actually happened. After roughly 31 months, the investor personally contributed around $9,300 out of pocket, which means something important already occurred. Roughly $700 to $1,000 of that portfolio came purely from growth and compounding. Money created without additional labor, without extra shifts, without more overtime, without sacrificing more hours of life. And now the portfolio starts doing something emotionally powerful. It begins helping with the monthly investing process itself. At this stage, average monthly growth may already fluctuate around $55, $65, sometimes more during stronger market periods. And that changes the psychology completely. Because now the portfolio may already be producing roughly 20% of the monthly contribution by itself. The investor puts in $300, but the portfolio quietly starts adding another $60 beside them. That's the moment where the system begins feeding itself. And emotionally, that feels very different from the beginning. Because the portfolio is no longer producing symbolic pennies. Now it produces visible momentum. Maybe enough to help cover gas, a phone bill, utilities, or part of next month's investment contribution. And this is why the first $10,000 matters so much psychologically. Not because the number itself changes your life, but because for the first time, your money starts helping you build the next level. Now here's where the math starts becoming emotionally interesting. Because most people assume if it took over 2.5 years to reach the first $10,000, then every additional $10,000 should take just as long. But that's not what usually happens, because once the portfolio reaches around $10,000, you're no longer building completely alone. Now the portfolio itself starts contributing meaningful momentum. Using the same example, $300 invested monthly, 8% annual return, diversified long-term investing. The first $10,000 may take around 30 to 31 months. But the jump from $10,000 to $20,000 usually happens faster, closer to 24 to 25 additional months. And then something even more interesting happens. The jump from $20,000 to $30,000 often takes closer to 21 to 22 additional months. Every stage starts compressing slightly, not because the investor suddenly started working harder, but because the portfolio itself is now helping carry part of the weight. And this is where compounding finally starts becoming emotionally visible. At around $20,000 invested, average monthly portfolio growth may fluctuate around $120 to $160 during stronger market periods. Now compare that psychologically to the beginning. Back then, seeing $15 or $20 for market growth felt almost meaningless. Now your portfolio is producing enough movement to actually feel useful. Maybe it helps cover groceries, gas, utilities, or part of next month's contribution itself. And the acceleration keeps building slowly over time, because now growth comes from two places simultaneously: your labor and the portfolio's own momentum. That's the part most people never experience. They quit during the phase where progress still feels invisible, without ever reaching the point where the snowball starts partially feeding itself. And once that happens, investing stops feeling like endless waiting. It starts feeling like the system is finally moving with you instead of against you. Now let's push the example even further. Same investor, still investing, $300 per month. Still using realistic long-term market returns. Somewhere around $30,000 invested, the psychology changes again. Because now the portfolio starts generating growth large enough to feel genuinely meaningful. At this stage, the investor may have personally contributed roughly $21,000 to $22,000 out of pocket, which means nearly $8,000 to $9,000 came from market growth and compounding alone. And that's where investing starts feeling emotionally different. Because now a meaningful part of the portfolio was built by the portfolio itself, not just by labor. At around $30,000 invested, average monthly portfolio growth during normal market conditions may fluctuate around $180 to $240. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And psychologically, this becomes a major turning point. Because now your money is no longer producing tiny symbolic amounts. Now it's producing something that actually starts competing with your own effort. Remember, you're still investing $300 monthly from work. But now the portfolio itself may already be producing another $200 beside you. Without overtime, without extra shifts, without another exhausting side hustle. And eventually, something even crazier starts happening. Around $45,000 to $50,000 invested, average monthly growth during stronger market periods may begin approaching $300 per month. Think about what that means psychologically. At that point, the portfolio may be generating nearly the same amount of monthly growth as the amount you personally contribute from your paycheck. The investor puts in $300, and the portfolio itself may also contribute roughly $300 beside them. That's the real moment where people start feeling the magic emotionally, because now the money is starting to work almost as hard as you are. And once that happens, the snowball no longer feels theoretical. It feels alive. And this is where the acceleration starts becoming almost hard to ignore. Remember, the first $10,000 took roughly 30 to 31 months. That felt slow, painfully slow sometimes. But once the portfolio becomes larger, the snowball starts behaving very differently. Using the same example, $300 invested monthly, 8% annual return, long-term diversified investing somewhere around 11 years into the journey, the portfolio approaches $90,000 to $100,000 invested. And now the math becomes emotionally shocking. At this stage, average monthly portfolio growth may fluctuate around $600 per month during stronger market periods. Think about what that means. The investor is still personally contributing $300 monthly, but now the portfolio itself may be generating roughly twice that amount, without extra work, without overtime, without another side hustle. The money is now working harder than the investor. And this is the real psychological shift most people never stay long enough to experience. Because once the portfolio reaches this stage, the timeline compresses dramatically. The first $10,000 took over 30 months. But the jump from $90,000 to $100,000 may happen in roughly 10 to 12 months. That's the real power of compounding. Not because the returns suddenly changed, but because the snowball finally became large enough to create serious momentum on its own. And this is why experienced investors constantly say the hardest part is the beginning, because in the beginning, almost all the effort comes from you. But later, more and more of the growth starts coming from the portfolio itself. And once you experience that shift emotionally, consistency stops feeling like sacrifice. It starts feeling like leverage. So, does the $10,000 investing magic actually work? Yes, but not in the way most people expect. The first $10,000 probably won't change your lifestyle overnight. It won't make you rich instantly. It won't replace your salary. And it definitely won't solve every financial problem in your life. But something much more important starts happening around that stage. Momentum becomes visible. For the first time, your portfolio starts helping you build the next level faster. And eventually, the portfolio starts doing an amount of financial work that actually feels meaningful in real life. That's the real shift. The beginning feels slow because almost everything depends on your labor, your paycheck, your discipline, your consistency. But later, more and more of the growth starts coming from the portfolio itself. That's why the first $10,000 matters psychologically, because it's usually the first moment where people realize, my money is finally starting to work beside me. And the craziest part is this: most people are much closer to that stage than they think. They just quit during the invisible years before momentum fully appears. But once you survive long enough to experience the timeline compressing, the portfolio contributing meaningful monthly growth, and eventually the money working as hard or harder than you do, investing stops feeling theoretical. It starts feeling real. That's the real magic behind compounding. Not becoming rich overnight, but slowly building a system that becomes less dependent on your own labor over time. So if you're still in the early phase right now, don't underestimate what's already happening underneath the surface, because every contribution today is building future momentum that becomes dramatically more powerful later. If you enjoyed this realistic breakdown of investing and compounding, take a second to like the video, subscribe to Narrative Finance, share this video with someone trying to build their future from scratch, and leave a comment about your current investing milestone. We're getting very close to 10,000 subscribers, and having you be part of that milestone would genuinely mean a lot. And remember, the first $10,000 isn't where the journey ends. It's where the snowball finally starts pushing back. And I'll see you in the next one.